Yeah, well, luckily we're not doing that, guys. Hey, but some of you very well may someday. You never know. You are in the state that hosts NASA, so you could become mathematicians, scientists, or something of the cosmos. Who knows? Hey, I just wanted to mention this is our fourth homework for the week. It's the least amount of homeworks we've had since we've started online distance learning since spring break. So this is our chance, guys. I put the Google Classroom messages. I want to see all hundreds. We got this. Let's do it. All right, so I did hear, though, one student has already been saying to their friends that they're not going to study or prepare for the test at all on probability. He said he'll take his chances. Get it? Probability? Okay. All right, no, yeah, I never heard that. I just made that up. Okay, hey, we're gonna real quickly, let's take a look at one other. I love that. That's one of my favorite galaxy pictures. The eye. What is that, Mike Wazowski? Always watching. Okay. Rose or Roz? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, hey, last thing, and we're gonna do compound probability. Compound probability. I just love the galaxy pictures. Do you guys like that? All right, let's I'm gonna switch one picture here. Whoa. Some parents know who that is. All right. So I'm going to screen share here. We're going to take a look at a couple quick things. I always say this is going to be a short, easy one. And I'm sorry, I wanted to add some special thanks, and I had a bunch of others lined up that I wanted to do, but the funny intros and jokes are fine. That's fine. But we need to get, for this week especially, to the heart of the matter, because we got a big test Friday. Should be one that our last chance ever in the history of your 6th grade careers with me to all get hundreds on a test. Never happens. Never happens. But this should be, of all the weeks, this is review. We did this earlier in the year, and it's only over 4 homeworks. This whole time we've done 7 to 5 homeworks. Last week was 5 homeworks. We broke records. It was our best week ever in tests. So 4 homeworks. Let's see if we can knock this progress report week off, okay? With all hundreds. All right, screen share. Here we go. And I'm just going to write a couple things and start doing the problems. We only have 6 problems. I'm sorry, when you guys are looking at me, I'm like trying to. Here's what we did this week. We were talking about probability, okay? And theoretical probability is what we focused on the most, and that's when we look at things like a 6-sided dice. There's a dot, 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 dot. I don't know how many dots are on there. Okay, that's horrible. 6-sided dice, we put a C in a circle. That means we're flipping a coin. Okay. We looked at spinners, where it's just a circle. Maybe it has, well, that's like a pizza, but they could have numbers or colors, and you spin it and you say, what's the odds of getting blue, or an odd number or an even number, okay? We did some of drawing cards, where they had like cards listed, okay? We did marbles. They have colored marbles in a bag or whatever. Okay, so they'd say how many are blue or how many are this color. Okay, so probability is the random event of selecting something. Okay, that's what we're doing here. And I did want to point out on some of them, they could say, what's the probability of green or blue? So you would count up and you would add the green and the blue together. So let's say I had 1 green and 2 blue. That would be 3 total out of however many marbles there were. Let's say there was 10, okay? So that'd be 3 out of 10 if they wanted fraction, or 30% if they wanted percentage, okay? Last screen. So that was simple. I won't say simple interest. That's a whole nother topic, right? That was simple probability, okay? And we're doing compound probability. The main thing to remember about that is instead of saying or, is if they say the probability of blue and green, this means it's compound usually means it's multiple events. So maybe I've got 2 spinners, and on the first one, I want to know what's the odds of blue. Let's say it's 1 out of 10, and then of green, it's 2 out of 10 is what I said last time. So if it was on the same spinner and I said or, you just add them together. But if it's 2 different events, it's a compound event, okay, then you take the first one times. That's multiplication. Remember, we used to put an X, but when we started doing algebra, we started using the X as the variable. So then we started using the dot, okay? I know it's been a while. All right. Okay, so you guys already knew that, right? All right. So you multiply across, so it's going to be 2. Wow, way different results, huh? And I could simplify that to 1 out of 50, okay? Divide the top by 2, divide the bottom by 2. You get 1 out of 50, okay? Whatever percent that would be, all right? Because you're asking to have one thing happen on here, because it's 90% chance I'm not going to get blue. There's only 1 blue, okay? And there's an 80% chance on the second one. I don't know which 2 to color in, okay? There's an 80% chance I'm not going to get green. So the odds are really low that I would get that, you know? Okay, so we're going to do some more examples like that. And if you remember, does anybody remember? Remember, does anyone? How we remember to multiply? Let me remind you. You hit mouse, select, picture, all. Boom, there we go. Okay, and I need to move my picture. Concerning compound probability, when we see the word and, we jokingly said, and I'll be honest, guys, I think I made this one up. Because I usually write down and remember the names and quote you guys when you make things up. And I said, add not do. Now, I just added the multiply, you must. But we in class, we'd say, add not do, multiply, you must. Okay? I haven't done Yoda in a while. What's weird, too, is when you Google Yoda, you're not going to see too many of this guy, right? It's all the baby Yoda stuff from Mandalorian, right? Anyway, so when we see and, that means it's a compound event. There's 2 different things going on, and they want both things to happen that they're requesting. So you multiply. All right, so that's what we're doing today. It's actually very easy. If you watch this review and do the problems, you're going to be fine. The higher levels, I will warn you guys, because for skipping levels, it goes to 75 score, and then it wouldn't. Every once in a while, there's a few IXLs out there where it won't let the teacher skip feature get me up to the challenge level. So I had to do all the problems to get there. Aha, Mr. Douglas, that's what you get, right? Because I assign all these to you guys. But I do a lot of these. Okay, I like to see what they're asking and how they're asking it, so I can prepare you not to get tricked. But on this one, it feels like forever going from 75 to 90%. And it's a lot of counting little things and then multiplying and simplifying. Remember, anytime we have fractions, always be simplifying. Simplify, right? Angel from Harlingen. Always try to simplify when you have fraction if you can, okay? All right, why multiply bigger numbers and have a giant thing to try to simplify when it's easier to simplify little things that are on the multiplication table and you memorized your whole life? Okay, anyway, so let's do something to find out. All right, I gotta change my color from white. I don't know if there's any cool kind of, I always pick the same colors. There's not a whole lot. I'll do purple. All right, what is the probability? So first of all, this is IXL DD9, 7th grade, probability of compound events. So we have, what is the probability of spinning blue and, oops, draw, and flipping tails. Well, tails, that's an easy one. There's a 1 in 2 chance. It's a half chance, okay? And because it says and, it's going to be times. Blue, that's supposed to be a dot. It's hard to do on here. Dot, there we go. Blue is 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1 out of 5, okay? I'm going to eraser that. I should have circled it so you knew what I was doing. Okay, so you multiply across. There's nothing to simplify anywhere, so you just multiply across and you get 1 over 10. So if you change that to 100 on the bottom by multiplying by 10, or if you do the bottom, you do the top, times 10, you're going to get 10 over 100, which is 10%, okay? I like to think in percent. Now, I always said during the school year, especially with word problems, you do all this work. See, I liked changing the percent. I like to think in percents. I did a lot of statistics and sports and everything else. That makes more sense to me than looking at fractions. But now I got to reread the question to make sure I'm saying what they want. And it's saying, right, as a fraction or a whole number. There's no percents here. And we're going to use the slash, okay? So my answer is going to be 1/10. That's how you're going to write it. No spaces, kids. All right, so 1/10. Thank you, IXL. Let's go on. Let's clear and go to the next one. There's only 6. This will be the shortest one I've done in a long time. Okay. What is the probability of spinning blue on both spinners? Okay. So on the first one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 on the first one, 9, 10 total, if I count those other 2 remaining spaces. Because it says probability of both, that means blue and blue. It doesn't mean blue or blue, it's blue and blue. So sometimes it doesn't say the word and or, and you have to understand what it implies, okay? English teachers give me a what? Yeah. All right, so the next one, blue, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 also. This one was tricky because it's only out of 9. And some people may have counted and just thinking, okay, I got 8 out of over here. And without counting, you would have said, this one, there's only 1 left. So it's 9 out of 10. Some people are going to make that mistake and assume they look kind of the same. Assume that there's 10 and 10, okay? But no. Don't let them trick you. Use your brain, big brain, okay? Now, before I multiply across, 8 over 10 times 8 over 9, always be what? Always try to simplify. So I could divide 8 and 10 both by 2. If I divide the 8 by 2, I get, if I got my writer on here, I get 8 divided by 2 is 4, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So now it's 4/5 times 8 over 9. There's nothing that can simplify anywhere. So maybe at the end I can simplify. Let's find out. 4 times 8 is 32. 5 times 9 is 45. So I can't think of anything that goes into 32 except 2 and 4 and 8 and 6, 15, 16. Okay, 2 times 16. None of those go into 45. And so I immediately, I was good enough to not get tricked up here on counting the spinner spaces, okay? But there's this thing when they give you a weird answer like this, a lot of us then doubt ourselves. Now, I would oftentimes go back and redo it. I can already tell it's correct. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Sometimes that's just the way they are. You can't simplify. It's a weird looking answer. I don't feel good about it because I don't like the way it looks, but good work. Good work, Agent Douglas. You solved the case again. All right, now we're going to go to from here. It says we're at 10. I'm going to click on the next. Oops. The next tab up here. There we go. All right. What is the probability? All right, you guys, you can't see it, but my writing tool was right over the top of the sentence. What's the probability of flipping heads? Writing tool, heads, and rolling a 1. Okay. Well, heads on a coin is 1 out of 2, and had not do young. I was gonna say Skywalker. You're not Skywalker. Young Jedi. Okay. We must multiply. Hey, that would rhyme. Add not do young Jedi. One must multiply. Okay. And then getting a 1 on a 6-sided dice or number cube, random number cube. Okay. And then you multiply across. 1 times 1, 2 times 6. I get 1 over 12. 1/12. Wonderful, boys and girls. Okay. So I'll go to the next one. I'm going to do one more at that level, and then we'll do 2 challenge levels. Okay. All right. Cleared. And here we go. Now I need to scroll down again. Dang it. Okay. Writing utensil and go. What are they trying to do to you here? Freak you out? You get a little math fatigue, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm going crazy. What's going on? What is the probability of picking a green? Unless you're colorblind or your computer's in black and white. So there is no green here, guys. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 0 out of 5. And then and a 4. Well, there's 1 4 out of 6. So are you going to say 1 out of 11? So remember, and we just said on the last one, and add, not do. So it's going to be multiply or times. Okay, 0 times anything equals 0. Okay, doesn't really matter at this point what the bottom is, because 0 is 0. They want a fraction or a whole number. I could put 0 over 30, but just to show you, I assume 0 over 30 would work because that is fraction form and is the legit answer. But there you have it. Okay, you can just put 0 because 0 over anything is 0. Clear. Challenge level. All right. Challenge level problem. What is the probability of picking a blue marble and flipping heads? This is challenge. It's not that horribly difficult, guys. So I'm talking about this is pretty easy. It's just they make you do a lot of counting here. Okay. Okay. So I have 1 blue. That's the easy part. We want blue and heads. Okay. So I got 1 blue out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 out of 9 times, or you can put the dot there. What's the odds of getting heads? There's 2 sides of the coin. There's only 1 side that's heads. If it's a fair, we're assuming it's a fair coin. We multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1. 9 times 2 is 18. 1/18. Challenge level, guys. Challenge level. Awesome. Clear. And the last one, guys. The last one, short. This will be the shortest video of the week in a while. So I've been getting carried away, huh? Okay. I'll have to remember not to set these problems up so high so I can't read them. What is the probability of picking a pink marble and spinning green? So I want pink and green, and there's an and sign. Okay, pink is 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and means times. And I went green. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 greens. And there's another 4 there. So I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 out of 8. Well, really, that's the same thing as saying 1/6 times. If I simplify that, 4 goes divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. You can see that 4 over 8 is 1/2 of 8, right? So I'm really just saying 1/6 times 1/2. That's why we simplify. So you multiply across. How hard is this for challenge level? 1 times 1 is 1, and 6 times 2 is 12. Guys, I did like 5 challenge problems, and then I found these 2 after that. So I've seen 7 challenge problems. There you go. So everybody should be getting hundreds. Appreciate all y'all's hard work the past couple of weeks. Keep up the great work. You got it. They just said it, not me. You got it. And I'm going to hit, this is what always happens. I always forget how to get out of here. Stop share. Boom. All right, guys. Let me do this so you can see me as we end. There we go. That's better. All right, guys. Love you, miss you. God bless you and protect you and your family. Be safe. I know that a lot of Texas and the rest of the nation is partially opening some businesses at even movie theaters, 25% capacity. Keep spread out. Wash your hands all the time. Anytime you before you touch your face or eat anything. Okay. Take care. Do your work. And after you do this IXL, everybody watch my review video I post tomorrow, because when I make the review videos, guys, I take the highlights from the week, but I also look at the tests. And if there's anything a little like we didn't see one like this week, I point out some sample problems similar to that. So if you just watch the review and you watch these videos during the week, it should be easy. Now I know there are some of you out there that may not have watched hardly anything and you're still killing it because you have good long-term memory, you paid attention and did awesome all year long, and because you did the work during the year and had practice, it stuck in there. If you just barely look at stuff for short-term memory to pass tests, you're not going to have it long-term. So embrace the practice, the work, the IXLs, and all right,